Good luck finding reasonably priced tickets for the Indiana Fever's preseason matchup against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Season ticket holders were the first to get access to the May 4th game, and they didn't waste any time. Every single ticket was gone in just 36 minutes, before the general public even had a chance to buy them. That's what happens when you bring Caitlin Clark back to Iowa, the same place where she became a college basketball legend. But while tickets for Clark's homecoming game are selling for thousands on the resale market, there's another story happening in women's basketball. A much more embarrassing one, because across the country, Angel Reese is having the exact opposite experience. And the numbers tell a story that might be the biggest reality check in WNBA history. Let's break it all down. Picture this: the Indiana Fever, Clark's new WNBA team, schedule a preseason game in Iowa. It's just an exhibition against the Brazilian national team. Not a WNBA regular season game, not a playoff matchup, just a preseason warm-up. And yet, it was one of the most sought-after women's basketball tickets ever. When the pre-sale opened at 9 a.m., only Iowa women's basketball season ticket holders and donors could buy them. By 9:36 a.m., it was over. Completely sold out. No general public sale, no second chance. If you didn't get in during those 36 minutes, you were out of luck. Fans were so desperate for tickets that they crashed websites. Server errors, timeout messages, failed payments. Nothing could stop the Caitlin Clark effect. Then came the resale market explosion. The cheapest nosebleed seats, $500 lower bowl seats, thousands of dollars, courtside, a mind-blowing $45,000. That's NBA playoff ticket pricing for a WNBA preseason game, and people are actually paying it. This isn't just hype. This is an economic transformation for women's basketball. Clark isn't just selling out arenas. She's creating a market frenzy that rivals major concerts and sporting events. But now, let's compare this to Angel Reese's homecoming game. And let's just say, it's not looking good. Angel Reese's homecoming, a reality check. Here's where it gets brutal. The Chicago Sky scheduled the exact same preseason matchup against Brazil. But instead of playing in Iowa, they decided to bring Angel Reese back to LSU, the place where she won a national championship. You'd think the energy would be just as electric, right? Because while Caitlin Clark's tickets are selling for thousands, you can get tickets for Angel Reese's homecoming game for just $29. That's less than dinner at a nice restaurant. Not only that, but those tickets are still available. Days after going on sale, there are plenty of empty seats waiting for fans who don't seem interested. Even the resale market is telling a sad story. On sites like Vivid Seats, most tickets are going for $30 to $60, and some of the best seats near the court are barely over $100. Compare that to Caitlin Clark's game, where even the worst seats were selling for $500. But here's where things get even more ridiculous, because suddenly, out of nowhere, a few resale tickets appeared online for $88,000. Yes, you heard that right. $88,000 for Angel Reese's game at LSU, even though you can buy other seats directly from the box office for $29. Some people are even speculating that someone, maybe Shaq, bought those tickets and listed them at a ridiculous price just to create an illusion of demand. But let's be real, there is no demand. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. So what does this all mean? It means Caitlin Clark is changing the game in ways we've never seen before. The demand to watch her play outweighs anything happening in women's basketball right now. Her games aren't just selling out, they're sparking a resale frenzy that NBA teams would kill for. And meanwhile, the Chicago Sky tried to recreate that magic for Angel Reese, and instead, they got a cold, hard reality check. This isn't about personal rivalries. This isn't about who's better on the court. This is about who people actually want to pay money to see. And right now, the answer is Caitlin Clark. Let's be clear. What we're witnessing with Caitlin Clark isn't just about selling out arenas or breaking ticket resale records. This is an economic shift that could redefine how women's basketball operates moving forward. We've seen superstars in women's basketball before. Players like Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, and Breanna Stewart. All of them had legendary college careers and successful WNBA runs, but none of them sparked this level of public demand before even stepping foot in the league. Clark's star power is undeniable, and the numbers back it up. Iowa women's basketball set attendance and TV ratings records throughout her career. The 2023-24 season saw sold-out arenas everywhere Iowa played, including opposing teams' home courts. The Iowa vs. LSU Elite Eight game in 2024, it drew over 3 million viewers, making it the most watched women's basketball game in history. Even NBA players, from LeBron James to Kevin Durant, constantly praise her game and recognize the influence she has on the sport. Now, that same energy is transferring over to the WNBA. The Indiana Fever didn't just luck into a generational talent. They've landed a player who could single-handedly elevate their franchise's value, increase WNBA viewership, and reshape the entire league's business model. And that's why her preseason game sold out in 36 minutes, while Angel Reese's game is still struggling to fill seats. But Caitlin Clark was the most famous player in college basketball. Of course, she's going to sell out games. And sure, there's truth to that. But let's not forget, Angel Reese was also one of the most talked about players in the sport. She won a national championship with LSU. She was in commercials, getting endorsements, and had one of the biggest social media followings of any college athlete. So if her star power was truly on Clark's level, why aren't fans showing up? The Chicago Sky scheduled Reese's homecoming game at LSU, where she won a title. They're playing the same opponent as the Fever, Brazil's national team. Yet, instead of a resale market frenzy, tickets are still sitting at $29. This isn't just a minor difference, it's a massive gap in demand. It's the kind of gap that should have WNBA owners and executives paying attention. Because it's not just about who's the better player on the court, it's about who people actually want to see. The WNBA's opportunity, will they capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect? For years, the WNBA has struggled with attendance, TV ratings, and overall revenue. But suddenly, with Clark entering the league, they have a golden opportunity to change that. This isn't just about one player. This is about creating an entirely new market for women's basketball. The Fever have already sold out their home opener. Every city they visit is expected to see record-breaking attendance. ESPN and major networks are scrambling to secure more WNBA broadcast rights because they know Clark equals ratings. But here's the real question. Will the WNBA embrace this moment, or will they waste it? Because as much as people want to push the idea of growing the game as a whole, the reality is that star power sells. LeBron James wasn't treated the same as every other rookie when he entered the NBA. Neither was Michael Jordan. Caitlin Clark shouldn't be treated like a regular rookie either. The WNBA needs to lean into the Clark effect, whether it's by scheduling the Fever's games in bigger arenas to meet ticket demand, giving Clark national TV exposure every week, marketing her as the face of the league, because let's be honest, she already is. If they play this right, they're not just setting up Clark and the Fever for success, they're lifting the entire WNBA to a new level. But if they don't, if they try to downplay her impact in the name of equality, they'll be making the biggest mistake in league history. What we're seeing right now isn't just about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it's about what moves the needle in women's basketball. Clark isn't just a great player, she's a cultural phenomenon, and people are paying top dollar to be a part of it. Meanwhile, the lack of demand for Reese's game shows that not all hype translates into ticket sales. The WNBA has a choice to make: ride the Clark wave and elevate the league, or stick to the old ways and waste a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Which path will they choose? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should the WNBA go all in on the Caitlin Clark effect, or is it too early to crown her the league's new superstar? Hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you in the next one.